Now, one of the questions I'm getting a lot of is in regards to calf training. A lot of gyms don't have a seated calf machine, which is unfortunate because, as you probably know, there are two major muscle groups in the calves. You've got the gastrocnemius, which is that major superficial calf muscle that has that upside down heart shape in a well-developed calf that you can see it pops right off the surface. But then there's also that underlying deeper soleus muscle. Now the soleus muscle is a big muscle, and by bringing that up, it helps to push out the gastroc and just makes the calves look more impressive overall. But the only way to properly train your soleus muscle is to do calf raises with your knees bent at a 90-degree angle. So the seated calf raise is really the only way that you can adequately target the soleus. When you flex the knee, that takes the gastroc out of the equation because the gastroc crosses the knee joint. Anytime you flex a muscle at one end, it becomes weaker and doesn't provide as much force, and the other muscle then takes over. In this case, you bend the knee. The gastroc is providing some assistance, but it's mainly the soleus that's doing the work. So what do you do if your gym doesn't have a seated calf raise? Well, most gyms do have a Smith machine, and you can do the seated calf raise right here in a Smith machine. My home gym, I don't carry a seated calf raise. I just don't have the room, and I really don't need one because I can do seated calves right on the Smith machine. Just bring in a bench right up to the Smith machine, drop it down into a low position. You're just going to get a block of wood, or some gyms have the little calf stretchers that you can use. You can just put this in here, or you can even use just weight plates. Get a couple 45s and stack them up if you want to get more of a stretch. Or you don't even need to get the stretch, just do it right from the floor. It's really about that upper position and holding that top position. I would recommend, if your gym has one, using the bar pads, because when you get really heavy, the weight of the bar on your thighs can get pretty painful, and what's going to happen is you'll stop the set before your calves actually fatigue. So again, sit in the bench just like you would in a regular seated calf raise. Your legs are going to be bent 90 degrees, bar resting on the top of your lower thighs, just above the knee. Unwrap the safety hooks, get a good stretch, up, hold it at the top, and back down. It's really that simple. There's your seated calf.